Hey guys, it's Leanne, and today I am going to be filming a college university application video and just, university college season for Canadian students, specifically in Ontario. And just by experience with applications, getting into my school and everything like that, I thought it would be kind of a helpful video since when I was in 12th grade, I kind of wanted a video like this. I was like searching the internet for one, but honestly I couldn't find one. Like I found one for like Stanford, USC, UCLA, all those schools, like American schools, but I don't go to an American school, and actually the process between applications in Canada and America are vastly different. So watching those videos didn't really help me. It gave me a little bit of insight of what American university colleges are like, but it didn't really give me an aspect of what Canadian colleges and universities were like. And just a heads up, if you didn't know, college and university in Canada is really different from, I guess, college and university in America. College and university in America, I'm pretty sure, are like almost the same thing. They either have university college and then like community college, and then here we have like university or college, and I don't know if we have community college or something of equivalence, but university and college, they are completely different things. So yeah, let's just get into it. I have a little timeline of kind of what application season and what grade 12 will kind of be like month by month, and just like once you apply, what's gonna happen or how to apply and stuff like that. I'm gonna go into detail about my experience or like how it went for me. Obviously I can't speak on behalf of other people or other schools. I've only known what worked for me or what got me into my school or schools. So before I get started or anything, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of background of where I'm from and everything, so you guys know where I'm coming from, and just know that my experience might be like yours or completely different if you're an international student or you live outside of Ontario. So I am from Ontario and I was born in Canada, so I'm a Canadian citizen. I only applied to Ontario schools. I didn't apply to schools outside of province, so I don't know what that's like. Yeah, just keep that in mind. When I was applying for schools, I only applied to universities. Universities cost around $50 per school, and you have to pick a minimum 3 schools. That's like the flat rate. If you want to add another, you'll have to pay another $50, so basically $50 per school, and that's for university. I know like you can pick like 5 colleges for like $90 or like $95 or $100 something dollars, around that, to apply to for colleges, but universities you can pick 3 for $150. So, well, you have to pick 3 for $150. The 3 schools that I picked were York, Ryerson, and University of Toronto. I'm at the University of Toronto right now, so yeah. Also, I can only speak on behalf of what I know about the University of Toronto. I don't really know anything about York or Ryerson because I don't go there, but I can tell you about their application methods and how quickly they kind of confirm your acceptance or whatever, because I got accepted to all 3 schools. So yeah. So the first thing I did was I applied through OUAC, which is Ontario University Application Center. Basically you get a password and your username. I think it's your email that's your username, and then a password that your guidance counselor or teacher or whoever provides you. And then we logged into OUAC. You had to fill out this application saying your name, where you're from, your email, your birthday, blah blah blah. And then once you filled that out, you're basically done. Literally, you're done. That's the application part. Then you have to pick what schools you want to go to. You get to pick 3 schools minimum, and it doesn't matter what schools you pick or what way you rank them. I know you have to rank them 1st to 3rd, but it doesn't really matter if you rank 1 first or 1 third or 1 second. They won't be like, oh wow, you didn't rank me first, so we're not accepting you. That's not really how it works. I think the ranking system only works like 1st, 3rd, 2nd is because statistic reasons, like, oh, this many applicants ranked as number 1, but they won't like take that into consideration. So once you find out what schools you want to go to, you need to figure out what program you want to go into, so you can like skim through all the programs programs that the school offers, read the descriptions and everything like that. For schools like University of Toronto, I don't know if any other schools like this honestly, but you don't actually get into your program until second year. Actually, University of Toronto, like, they'll basically accept a lot of people, but once you get here, that's the hard part. Like, getting accepted is easy, but once you get to University of Toronto, you actually have to get into your program, and that's when they start weeding out the weak. So once you get in, you're like, oh my god, I'm in my program. You're technically not in your program, and you need to reach a certain average to get into your program, a certain GPA to get into your program if you are in a certain program that needs that. Engineering student or a Rotman Commerce student, architecture, I don't know what else, like some other ones where you have to like apply with an interview or portfolio or whatever. Those technically you are already in the program, so you don't have to worry about like applying again. So I know like international relations, peace, conflict, and justice, I think human resources and other things like that, they have a required essay and also like an interview that you need to do to get into that program after your first year once you meet that minimum requirement. So yeah, just keep that in mind if you're applying to University of Toronto. You're not technically in your program, you're trying to get into your program after you're already there for first year. If you're in social science, humanities, computer science, life science, yeah, those, if you're in any of those, you need to watch it. Like, you need to get your grades up, you need to try hard at university to get into your program. So yeah, and also keep in mind that only a few people, depending on which programs, get accepted into their program. So like they'll accept like a bunch of students in each program, but to actually get into the program they only accept like around 100 or so, sometimes even less. Like they'll accept like 500 or even less students into that actual specific program. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. If it didn't, then I could clarify in the comments below or something if you have questions. But yeah, after you apply to OUAC and like you pick out your schools, you pick out your programs, so then you just click apply and then basically you have applied. So that's all you need to do. Literally there's nothing else. All you have to do next is just wait. But that might not be the case for everyone. Some people need to write an essay, some people need interviews, some people need a portfolio. I know like at Ryerson, their design program needs a portfolio, or at University of Toronto, for architecture, you need a portfolio. For Rotman Commerce, you need to do an interview, essays kind of thing. So like it really depends on what program you're trying to get into. If you're trying to get into like social science programs, because I'm a social science student, basically you don't need to do anything, you just apply and then you're in. Well, you're not in, but you just applied, so you don't need to worry about it. It's not like in Dope where that kid is like applying to Harvard and he's like trying to think of this great essay. Like no, there's nothing of that, and they don't tell you that in school. I was freaking out for like 4 years thinking about what I was gonna write for my application essay. I was like, okay, I need something to happen real quick that's really sad or really impactful in my life, because I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't get in. I don't even know what to say. I'm really plain and boring, and like, what is my application essay gonna say? How is it gonna set me away from everyone else? I was just freaking out and trying to figure that out, and then like the day comes for me to apply and I was like, I just needed to press a button all that time. I didn't even have to like write a whole bunch of stuff. Are you joking? I was stressing out for nothing. And I know that's not the case for American schools. You have like a standard essay and then like another creative essay or something like that along those lines. But in Canada, they don't care. They just look at your transcript from grade 11 if it's early admission, and if you don't get early admission, they just look at your grade 12 transcript, and that's all they ask for. They don't even ask for extracurricular. They don't even ask like, did you do a bunch of extracurriculars? Did you like play a lot of sports? Blah blah blah. They don't care about that at all. They only care about your marks. They only look at your marks. There's nowhere to put extracurriculars or anything, so don't even worry about that. I got into this school and I've only been in one club ever in my whole entire high school career. So that is what goes on through November and January. Everything is out of your hand. You can't control the acceptance office. You can't control that stuff. All you can do is just wait and anticipate. You can search up about the schools, learn more about the schools, blah blah blah, but there's really nothing you can do. Oh, I just remembered, also if you're applying to University of Toronto, you have to like list the rankings of each college, and if you don't know what colleges are, honestly I didn't even know what colleges were, and I was really confused about which college to pick, and I was just like, oh my god, what the heck. Some colleges, they require essays, so like Trinity and Vic, I think Innis too, I don't know, they require essays, and if you want to write that essay you can do that. If you don't, then you're not going to get in. And yeah, so, and you have to also rank them number one. The college system is kind of weird, but it's not really that weird. It's just like, if you're a commuter student, it really doesn't matter that much, but if you're living on res, it does matter, because that's where your residence is going to be, that's where your dining hall is going to be, that's where you just live. So make sure you pick one that you like. And it doesn't actually matter as much as people think it does. Reputation of each college is not that big of a deal, and I'm not going to go into the colleges because it's just too much to say about each college. So if you're wondering about each college, or you want me to go more in depth about the college system at University of Toronto, I can definitely do that in another video, but I'm not going to go into that right now because it just will drag on to this video, and not everyone's going to be applying to U of T. So yeah, I think I applied maybe this early December, late November, or maybe it was early November. I don't really remember, but yeah. So the acceptance is really fast or really slow. So it depends on the school. So when I applied to York, I applied, I remember November or December, but I got an acceptance a week later. So yeah, it really depends on the school. Like, I got accepted to York a week after I applied. I got accepted to Ryerson like 2 months after I applied. I got accepted to University of Toronto like 3 months after I applied. Sometimes they just give out acceptance letters in like different intervals, so some will be accepted like in the December month, and then like they'll wait 2 months, and then they'll accept more people in February, accept more people in April and June and July, you know. So for University of Toronto, I know they did that. They accepted in intervals. They had one round in February, one round in March, and one round in April, I believe. And I think I got my acceptance letter around February or March. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was second or first round. I don't remember at all, but because it was like so long ago. But yeah, so like if you're really scared that you didn't get accepted but other people did, don't worry about it. You will hear back from them. They will tell you if you got in or not. So yeah, fast forward to February. That is when you get your full marks for your first semester, I believe, and that is what your universities are going to be looking for if you get like normal acceptance. Early acceptance is usually November to January. If you want to get early acceptance, make sure you have good grade 11 marks and good midterm first semester grade 12 marks. But if you're not like aiming for early acceptance, February is when you get your first semester grades, and that's what universities are going to be looking for, and they're going to look at your university for grade 12 and some of your grade 11. And also that is when your transcript is going to be transferred into OUAC. March, April, May, and June is when you will know for sure when if you got accepted or not. If you're lucky enough to get accepted to your schools or whatever, I guess you're lucky. If you're lucky enough, I guess, then you get to accept your letter. So what you do to accept your acceptance letter is basically go on the OUAC page, you click on like acceptance or something like that, and just press like accept. There's like a bunch of like information, just make sure that's correct and then press accept. Double check that you accepted it, because sometimes people forget that to accept their acceptance offer and then it doesn't go through, and then that's really bad because basically that means you denied them, and then they will not retake you. Even if they did accept you before, they're not going to be like, oh, you forgot to press accept, that's okay. No, they'll be like, well, we don't want you anymore, so bye. And also, most acceptances are conditional acceptances. So if your mark goes drastically down, like they're like, okay, please keep your mark at an 80, and you for some reason like failed like math or something, and your average goes down to like a 60, they're not going to accept you. They're going to take away your acceptance. So just keep that in mind, but just make sure you absolutely know that you've accepted the school. Just double check, triple check, okay? You don't want to accidentally not accept your school, and then you won't be going to school even if you got in. So that really sucks. So just try to double check that you actually pressed it, because I know that I was like freaking out. I pressed the button and I was like, oh my god, did it work? I don't know. I'm really confused. I was really freaking out because I was like scared that I didn't really accept it, and then I was like, maybe they'll take it away, but just double check, okay? Also, that period of April, May, June, that's when all your grade 12 marks will be uploaded, like all your transcript will be uploaded in OUAC, and those universities will pick you based on your grade 12 marks, no longer your grade 11, just your grade 12. And I think that is it for all acceptances and rejections and applying and everything. I hope I covered everything and I didn't miss anything, and I hope this helped you, because I remember when I was applying to university, I had no aid to help me. I literally searched every means of YouTube to find a video like this, but I literally couldn't because I was so afraid and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know anything about my school. I didn't know anything about application season. I didn't know anything about applying or accepting, and I hope this kind of sheds some light on the application stuff. And again, this only is for universities in Ontario, and I'm an Ontario student and I'm a Canadian citizen, and I only applied to schools in Ontario, and also I only applied to universities. So like if you are out of province and international student, you are applying to college, this will not apply to you mainly. But I hope that even if you're watching this and this doesn't really fit who you are, or it doesn't fit your situation, I hope you grabbed a little bit and understood a little bit, because I'm pretty sure that international students and students outside of Canada apply through OUAC if they're applying to Ontario schools. I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I can't be sure because I don't know. If you guys have any questions about University of Toronto or just applying to schools, put that down below. I can't answer any questions about York or Ryerson. I can only answer them about their applications and like how to apply and like their application stuff and their acceptance and stuff and rejections and stuff. I can only answer to those, but everything else I don't know. Also, I'm not like a freaking university administrator acceptance person, so I don't know any of the specifics. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I hope you guys have a great day. Good luck on applications, and I'll see you next video. I'll try to upload more. I've just been buried in homework, and also midterms have just been kicking my ass, so yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.